Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 88 of WCW. I am Swarls. We are coming off the heels of Spring Stampede, which was another 100 rated show, although kind of didn't feel like it. Uh, we did kind of pick up in the back half here. And of course, Steve Austin and Ricky Steamboat pulled a really good 99. Although we definitely only got it because of the bonuses and all that stuff. But hey, you know what? That's why the bonuses are there. So you can get a 100 once in a while. So, although for us, it's every time. But no one cares about that. What everyone cares about is Super Viernes, right? That's that's what we all care about. So look, we got Nitro, we got Saturday night. Then we got Nitro, then we got Saturday night. And then we got a Super Viernes. So I'm hoping to do that. That is 5 shows, which will be a lot. But that's also something we're probably going to have to get used to, because with 3 shows a week, probably going to have to... I would like to do 2 a week, which would be 6, but that's... we'll see. So yeah, we should... It's a Monday in the game, so let's just get into it. Alright, no nights off. Where haven't we been in a while? Haven't been to the Mid-South since February. That doesn't feel like us. And then the Southwest since February. Okay, that's interesting. All right, let's go to the Southwest. That's a lot. That is a lot of. Nick, would you like to join this stream and become either the Lucha or Puro Booker? is that up your alley? Last time we went to the Oracle Arena. Okay. God, we're gonna draw 22,000 fans for a fucking Nitro? That's nuts. Alright, we're gonna go to Phoenix. I don't think we go to Phoenix very often. I have no idea what we need. Actually, I do know what we need. We need character ideas for when we start booking the luchadors. So we're just going to farm the shit out of these. Because even though I plan on running those shows in Mexico where those guys are over, they won't be recognizable to our audience. Right? Because we're still based in America. So if we want to cheese that, we can hit these guys with a bunch of character ideas, give them momentum, so that then we won't get penalized for that, and we can still just run the shows like normal. Granted, our first one bit of a gamble, not really helping. A big gamble. Okay, you guys are fucking with me. A big gamble. All right. Okay. A safe bet for Stan Hansen. Okay. All right. This is. All right. There we go. Near certainty. We got one good one. Junkyard Dog has showed up, and he wants to work. Oof. No. No, I don't think so. California Kid. No. No. Alright, training. Dusty Rhodes did spot on impressions. That's funny to think about because I can't imagine Dusty sounding like anything other than Dusty. I imagine his spot on impressions are like, "Oh, look at me, daddy. Oh, who am I? I'm Steve Austin, baby. Open up a can of the whoop-ass." He's not even over. I like if Junkyard Dog had like 50 pop, I would have brought him in, but he wasn't even popular. Gordon Soley also did spot on impressions, and that is another very funny one to think about it. Oh, I'm Steve Austin. Oh, I'm gonna hit you with a suplex. Rey Mysterio Jr. is being influenced by Owen Hart. Okay, I think that's good. Terry and Kyohei Wada got in an argument. Dusty and Dustin passing tips. Alright, great. I don't think we've done an open forum in a minute. Let's let some of these guys cook. Okay. Why is Don Callis annoyed? Just Don Callis being Don Callis, I suppose. Alright, what do we... Let me bring my notes up here. Alright, what we do, we did territory bought by DQ. Naoki fires a Kobashi, sure. Moreno will brawl after match. Okay, Cynthia. All right, we got Cynthia Moreno up to the point where she's recognizable. That's good. That's huge for us. Desi tries to get through to them. Ultimo Chaparita Asari. Oh, I did some Chaparita Asari tape study, which is to say, I typed your name into YouTube and watched a couple clips. And Chaparita Asari, I was not familiar with your game. I apologize. Alright, so we are building to this Wrestle War pay-per-view for Nitro. Callis does commentary. That's why I don't understand why he's mad. He's on the show every week doing commentary. Jen Ox, what's up? So we're building to this Wrestle War pay-per-view. So as a reminder, that will be Austin defending the WCW title against Stan Hansen. We're doing Sting versus Brian Pillman for the Triple Crown. You know what? Why don't I just bring this over? For our visual learners. We'll have Masawa going against Kobashi. We'll do Rude and Marty versus Zone and Regal for the tag belts. Ultimo versus Negro Casas, 2 out of 3 falls. Chat, I think we might be putting these guys on Super Viernes. I don't know. We've worked really hard to get Ultimo over in America, but like being over in both places is like a huge benefit for that brand. We already have 1 million light heavyweight titles. Especially like, there's already 2. There's the NWA light heavyweight title and there's a CMLL light heavyweight title. Already in Super Viernes. I think what I might do, maybe I won't make Ultimo permanent on that brand. I think because the WCW light heavyweight title doesn't have a lot of prestige, I think I might do like a unification match with like the WCW light heavyweight title and the NWA light heavyweight title. And then we'll steal some of that prestige. Because I think that title is like weirdly prestigious. But this isn't something we'd be building for Wrestle War. This would be like once those brands get going. Anyway, we're doing Bull and Cynthia Moreno. We would like to actually belt up Cynthia Moreno. That's the plan. We're doing the American Nightmares breakup. We're doing Jumbo and Gordy. And we're doing Vader and Bam Bam. But yeah, if I look at these, because I was looking at this earlier. Titles. WCW light heavyweight title, 36 prestige. No one gives a shit about it. NWA World Light Heavyweight title, 79 prestige. Currently held by American Love Machine. CMLL World Light Heavyweight title, 80 prestige. Although I think we want to keep the CMLL Light Heavyweight title for the CMLL brand. I think American Love Machine is going to wrestle Ultimo. Although they might both be baby faces, which is weird. American Love Machine probably shouldn't be, but I think he is. But that is the plan. I'll do that match at some point. Love Machine would probably call out Ultimo. That makes the most sense. Anyway, we're pulling the cart before the horse here. We gotta get going on this. All right, what have we been doing with these? All right, Gordy and Jumbo just started fighting each other for no reason, bro. We love that. We want to do 2 out of 3 falls for Negro Casas and Ultimo Dragon, which I don't think we've set up yet. So we could do a thing with that. American Nightmares. No, we have not done the turn yet. We're still teasing. We're big time teasing. Tag champs Barry, Owen, and Regal. Sure. Okay. Triple Crown scene. All right, we just got a bunch of stuff smushed into Triple Crown scene. All right. Triple Threat in 95 is weird. We've been doing it, man. I tried not to do it for a while, but then once we got to the mid 90s, I was like, that's when they first started happening, right? I think the first like major one was that ECW match in 94, 95. So I felt like once we got there, it was free game. And then like WCW starts doing those weird ass triangle matches in like 95 or 96. Which, if you don't know, that is a triple threat match, but with tags. One guy stands on the apron while the other two fight, and then they do a tag. It fucking sucks. There's a reason they stopped doing that one. That's a shitty match. Anyway, we're gonna let Ultimo and Negro Casas cook. Actually, hold on. Doesn't Ultimo have a manager? Did I make that up? No, he doesn't have a manager. We never did do that, huh? Okay. You know what? His charisma microphone, it could be okay. All right. God help us. Ultimo Negro Casas. Let's let him cook and see what happens. 2 out of 3 falls at Wrestle War. Do we have any angle ideas? No, we never have angle ideas on this brand because I never think to do them because most people can cut promos in this mod. Maybe not these two, but we'll see. Similarly, I feel like we should just... I feel like we should do the promo setting up Kobashi Misawa as just happening. Although right now everything I'm booking is a promo. And do we really need promos from those two? Maybe we get them in the main event somehow. Let's do this. Let's do Kenta Kobashi teaming with his good friends Owen Hart and Steven Regal to take on Mitsuharu Misawa, Rick Rude, and Marty Jannetty. I don't know if this is the main event. It might be. We'll see. We'll see what else we book. For now, I'll treat this like it's the main event. Good. Oh, Misawa has poor... Wow, okay. Damn. Let's give him a tainted over Kobashi, then. Oops. Not cheap. Tainted. And then... to build up on what we've kind of been doing with Kobashi and Inoki, after the match, I'm going to have Antonio Inoki charge to the ring, yell at Kobashi, and then slap him. Let's call this character development. Because, oh, he's developing his character all right. Okay. I think we should just keep taking advantage of the fact... Oh, wait, she's... Oh, no, it's not that she's recognizable, it's that she has very warm momentum, so the game's not going to yell at us. Okay, that's what it is. We should keep just taking advantage of that, and just... I think Cynthia Moreno should just keep winning matches. Last week we gave her Toyota. I mean, the Linus is going to be the best worker. Yeah. Go Cook. Steal that show. Steal that show. Stand at ringside. Stand at ringside. Alright. Great. Do we do the, yeah, we probably just do the Sabu heel turn this week, right? Because it's been sorry, I'm losing my mind. Don't mind me. Yeah, 5. We could absolutely turn him. All right. Let's see. Match. Dusty tried to mend fences. Okay, so Dusty tried to mend the fences, but didn't work. So let's have them do another 6-man tag, where they're gonna lose again, but this time Sabu will snap after the match. So let's do Sabu, Dustin, Ron Simmons, taking on some heels that can beat them. Ooh. Ooh. Is it simply Tao? I feel like Tao and Kawada were probably the exact 6-man tag they did last time. Kikuchi, sure. No, this is not the exact 6-man tag I did. Great. Perfect. 10 minutes. Storytelling. I don't know if they can lose this match to Taue and Kawada. Like, I don't know if anyone's going to be willing to do that. I would love for them to do that. That would really be killing 2 birds with 1 stone. If we could get them to do this angle and put these guys over. That would really be great for me. I'm not going to bother asking Sabu, because Sabu doesn't like putting people over in general. So we have Dustin, or we have Ron. Ron is the least over. Hey, Ron. Hey, brother. What's going on? Let's have a talkie talk. How do you feel about putting over Toshiaki Kawada? Okay. How do you feel about putting over Akira Taue? Damn. Okay. Let's try anyway. Let's do... I mean, this won't be the main event, so if we have to, we can keep him strong. Kawada. Pins. Ron. Partner miscommunication. Sabu. Billy, what's up, man? Ron is furious. Okay. Keep strong. Ron Simmons. Wow, he's still furious. I mean, we could have them lose to, like, the Dangerous Alliance. But, like, they don't need it. Those guys don't need it. I wonder if Dustin would be less mad. Just curious. Furious. Okay. It was worth looking at. Ron Simmons. Keep him strong. Open match. whatever, man. Money's fake. And then afterwards, let's do the turn. Let's have them kind of blame Sabu, and Sabu's just gonna fucking snap. Maybe go Hangman Page mode, or really Sheik mode, and like pull a fork out of somewhere and start stabbing those guys or some shit. Let's send Dusty. Dusty's there, just being like, "No, Sabu, why?" Surprise. Turn Sabu. Okay. Vader, Bam Bam, Austin, Hanson. Dramatic. I don't know if he can act. He should, in theory, be able to, but I don't know that he can. Austin celebrates. Steamboat seems sad. Oh, yeah, that okay. We haven't really done much to build this up, have we? I mean, Stan cut. Okay, so this is the first time we've seen Steve since the pay-per-view. So I think Steve comes out and cuts a promo celebrating his victory. And then Stan simply comes out and, you know, goes, "Well, congratulations on retaining your title, but that's just..." And as much as I would have loved to wrestle Ricky Steamboat, I guess I'll have to settle for beating you. And then Steve Austin will be like, "You old fucks are all the same. I'll whip your ass like I whipped Steamboat." Sabu needs a new manager. I suppose he does. Or he could just not talk. Those guys. All right. I think we did Sting and Vader versus Bryan and Bam Bam. I think that's how we started the Sting and Vader feud. Am I making that up? No, I am not making that up. We literally did this match. Okay. Okay, no problem. No problem. We'll simply run it again. This is our new main event. I think the Dangerous Alliance need to win again. I think we really... And I can check. Yeah, I'm going to give them the win again. Let's do, like, interference from Mike Awesome or something. Who can come in and whack Vader with a chair. Really hard. Just really crack the shit out of him with a chair. You know, Mike Awesome style. Oh, Vader is a bit unhappy. Okay. I mean, listen. We could use this the other way, too. Brian Pillman can beat Sting. And, Awesome. I need you to hit the stinger now. Yeah, Sting's cool. Did Vader take the pin last time? Who knows? Jumbo and Terry. Jumbo and Terry. A feud about feuding. A feud where it's just like, I don't like you, you don't like me. Who wants to get beaten up by either Terry Gordy, or Jumbo? Who can sell? Seeing a lot of people that can, like, maybe sell. But I would like someone with, like, actually numbers and, like the Gambler is the best we've gotten so far. That's rough. Tom Brandy. You know what? Let's go Tom Brandy. Sure. Tom Brandy, you're usually a heel. Hey, guess what? You're losing to Jumbo. And then after the match, by God, that's Terry Bam Bam Gordy. With these two, we don't know what's gotten into these two, but they just can't stand each other. All right, I assume the yellow is just everyone's mad. Yeah, Ron's really mad. Okay. We're gonna end with this. You know what? Let's just open with this other 6-man tag then. If that's not gonna close, let's open with it. Let's give them a hot open. Okay, let's swap this this very spooky promo with this Steve Austin promo. That seems better. Yeah, that's it. That's the show. I think we're going to book a dark match, which I don't do super often. Rey Mysterio, I would like to get you, because you just came back. I don't know if we've booked you since you've been back. I don't remember. I'm only looking at faces. I need to be doing the opposite of that. Rey Mysterio, why don't you wrestle Lance Storm? Just, 8 minutes. Pre-show. Rey can win. Bazinga. Alright. I think this will be a good show. I'll say a 91. A 70 for this dark match is pretty good. Rey Mysterio is better than Lance Storm. True and true. 89. Okay, this totally could have been the main event. Although maybe you would have yelled at us about, like, oh, it's not hot enough if it was in the main event. But a hot open. We like that. That's right. I did just randomly throw him into a 6-man tag. All right, well, listen. It's 1995. It's time to start pushing Rey Mysterio. Love the idea of the people of Phoenix, Arizona in 1995 being super into this Kobashi versus Misawa 6-man tag. And then equally into, like, Inoki coming out and slapping him. 70, that's a squash match. Then 86 for these guys fighting. Nice. Good. Phoenix would be into just two big hosses fighting. I think they would like that. 89 promo for Ultimo and Negro. Oh, you know what? We got lucky. We got lucky. And I'll tell you why. Because we're in the Southwest. Negro Casas, 66 pop. Oh, he's the same everywhere. Is it Ultimo that's the one that's super popular in the Southwest? Ah, he's about the same now everywhere, too. I guess those guys are just good promos now. This got a 77. Kawada was off his game. Taue has a gimmick that's getting stale. What do we think Taue's gimmick is? No gimmick needed, and it's awful. All right, well, let's change that. Oh, we have a gimmick change for him? Oh, I should have done it then. I'm a stupid dum dum. I thought that the thing was for Sabu's heel turn. All right, Sabu turned heel. His crazy gimmick is probably fine. Complete success. 69 for Cynthia Moreno and Lioness Asuka. We will take that for sure. Did not gain or lose heat for the women's thing. A 91 for Austin and Hanson promo. Good. Main event 92. This is exactly what this match got the first time we booked it. So you can just pencil this match in for a 92, baby. 94. That's better than I thought it would be. Hey, does anyone... Nick, I don't know if you were here last week when I was looking into this. I got TV deals in Mexico on for Nitro and Saturday, but it doesn't seem to be showing up here in the notes. U.S., Canada, Japan. We increased in one region, but I don't think it was Mexico. I don't understand why we're not... I don't understand what that's about. Like, Pop Recap should be doing something in Mexico. Like, if we're not growing, it should at least be telling us we're not growing. I don't know what that's about. Do they start in April or something? I don't... I feel like they should start right away. Did I fuck them up somehow? I can never find broadcasting. All right, there we go. Yeah, Canal 5 for Nitro. To be shown prime time, no episode limit. Yeah, I don't understand. Oh, it won't tell you neutral growth. Only But okay. I'm just gonna assume this Canal 5 thing is doing nothing for because I don't understand. But we're not capped out. It just isn't growing for us. All right, well then the Super Viernes one is going to be interesting because that is on Televisa, which is a better. That's bigger. That's huge, but we couldn't get huge for Televisa because we inherited this one. So I guess Super Viernes is going to be the one that actually grows us in Mexico, which makes sense. Yeah, I don't understand why 94 to 70... Like, it's only a medium, but a medium should give us above 79 for Canal 5. Kyoko Inoue is available in more game areas. Great. Ron moved to the Tri-State. Ron was so mad. Ron was so mad that he had to lose to Toshiaki Kawada. He was like, I moved to New York. I'm going to the Fed. Dusty Rhodes thinks I need to book him more strongly so that he can get more momentum. I have a better idea. What if you stopped wrestling? Ron Simmons also thinks Rey Mysterio Jr. is going to be a star. Okay. Dusty, brother. No more wrestling for you. Check Kawada Pop? Sure. Yeah, he went up a couple points. He went up like 3 points. We'll take it. And then, what was the other thing? Oh, we should give Ron money. We shouldn't let him... Yeah, we should give him money. Ron, here's 10 grand. I guess he was furious. Ron, here's 50 grand. God damn, he's real mad. Ron, here's 100 grand. Hey, nothing 151 grand couldn't fix. Alright, no problem. Money's fake. Turn this music down a smidge on my headphones. All right, Saturday is up next. We are 2 pay-per-views away for we're 2 out for the next Saturday pay-per-view. So we'll see what we're doing over there. Matt Bourne, the Booker of AAA, hell yeah. Owen Hart moved to the Great Lakes. We are still grinding away on these Canada house shows. Unfortunately, there is no CMLL of Canada to simply buy. It's a shame. Alright. Yeah, I haven't been to the Mid-South since February. That's not like us. Last time we were there, we did the Alamo in Texas. So let's go to not Texas. Let's go to Kansas, baby. All right. I'm going to keep farming these. And they're going to keep not giving them to me. Come on. All right, there we go. We got 2 near certainties. We got a 3rd near certainty. All right. Okay. All right. Now we're talking. And a likely for Arn Anderson. I mean, okay, sure. Hey, Suarez, would you rather Mania in Tokyo or Mexico City? Mexico City, I guess? I mean, that, like, time zone-wise, that's way easier. Not that I would... not that I would really care. Although Mexico City also huge elevation. I don't know. Everyone might get blown up. Mark Youngblood wants to work. Damn, Mark Youngblood can sell. All right, okay, Mark Youngblood. All right, come in. You can get squashed. El Gigante. No, I'm sorry. No. I am curious how over he is, but I don't think... No, he's not over. He stinks. No. Goodbye. Rasta the Voodoo Man has showed up. I haven't stayed up till 5 a.m. to watch Wrestle Kingdom in like a decade. And also, that's Wrestle Kingdom. Not fucking WrestleMania. Just had to look at Rasta the Voodoo Man. That's all. Jimmy, why? Oh, you just want to... Yeah, you can hang out. That's fine. I swear there's been more of these. Just people showing up. I swear it happens more now. Joey Maggs, Ribs Bobby Fulton. Kyohei Wada and Razor Ramon had a big argument. Bobby Fulton has been hanging out with Sherry Martel. Watch it, Bobby. You don't want to get on Avalanche's bad side. Kurt Hennig yelled at Eric. Hell yeah, get his ass, Kurt. Larry Z has been passing on tips to his protege, Eddie Guerrero. I forgot about that. Harley Race is a gimmick idea? Great. What? When would I ever give Harley Race a gimmick other than, like, mean old guy? Alright, so we are coming off the pay-per-view. So we gotta do... You know what? We gotta go through our storylines and kind of fix some stuff. Apparently, Arn Anderson will be going... I know 4 Horsemen are falling apart. I guess this is done, really. I guess we can end this. This is probably over, but we'll see. Catch Club is continuing to break up, aren't they? Yeah, we're running that back. Savage and Razor, that's done. I mean, that's super done. Savage is going to fucking Super Viernes. U.S. title? Oh, I was supposed to move Steve Williams to this brand, and I didn't. Alright, well, we can... Here's what we're going to do. We're going to add Steve Williams to this. Because we could still do, like, the Battle Cat blow-off in the meantime. Vamp and Eddie is continuing. Alright, let's add some of these other storylines. Oh, you know what? I could have... Well, fuck. Whatever. Flair wants Steamboat in the Horseman. Too many Ricks. Thought I took him out of the world title scene. Rick, okay. Steiner's or Steiner. I guess I'll just call this storyline like Steiner's still fighting the Horseman. Rick, Scott, Tenryu, Rick Martel. Hennig and Avalanche. Hennig and Avalanche. How are we going to start an angle with Hennig and Avalanche? Oh, Battle Cat is apparently going to wrestle JPL. That got onto the bottom of the card? Oh boy, we were cooking. Surprised the crowd isn't sick of Horseman versus Steiner. Me and Tony kind of figured out the secret. If you can run tag matches every week, but as long as there's like one person different, it's fine. Also call it an all-star 8-man tag, and then you can just be like, it's all stars. You can't yell at me. Look at all the stars I'm giving you. Unflappable plan. All right, let's figure this out here. I'm going to have Ricky Steamboat lose a match, which he's going to be cool with because he's Ricky Steamboat. Although we probably shouldn't get crazy about who he loses to. I mean, him and Tenryu would also make sense for what we're doing. I know the chat's going to say JPL, but that's insane. It can't be JPL. Just stop, okay? Just calm down. I'm getting out ahead of you guys. Brother, if you think I saw a second of the Goldberg match, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, we haven't done this as a single. Yeah, this is gonna be a sick ass main event. Flair being at ringside also makes more sense than normal because he's there with his boy Tenryu, who is simply gonna win. He's just gonna win this match. Hangman vs Mox was awesome. It was like a Roman Reigns match, but like, what if in the first 15 minutes, instead of doing nothing, we had a death match? And then we're going to do an angle afterwards with Rick and Ricky, who would probably just be... He's really just being talked to, so I would say he's just there. That's his Tenryu. Basically, Flair's going to get in the ring and be like, Steamboat, I saw how you were acting after you lost that WCW title match against Austin. He talked a lot of smack about how you're old and washed up. We were telling you the same thing when we were going against you. But listen, me and you, we've had a lot of wars together. I know what kind of competitor you are. You just need that confidence back. And what better way to be confident than to become a horseman? And then Steamboat's gonna kind of like, he'll probably make a face. And then Flair will be like, I know, listen. I knew you were going to be hard to sway. Okay? I know you're not about that lifestyle. But I think it would be good for your career. Because you're not done. You got a lot left in the tank. Ric Flair in his salmon blazer. Steamboat conflicted. He's conflicted. All right. So Eddie simply won. So I think we need to do some spooky bullshit to keep this going. So Eddie versus Richard Slinger. Just like, hey, folks, here's a TV title match, So many belts. Have we done this? No, we have not done this at all. That's surprising. You know what? Why don't you guys cook? Vampiro did not get casketed. We're going to do a casket match at Slamboree. So I guess that's our spooky bullshit. I guess it's lights go off, lights come back on, and there's just a fucking casket in the aisle, in the entranceway. And Eddie's like, what the fuck is this? Lights go off. Come back on. There's a casket in the aisle. That's like 2 minutes. That is that's a tease. That's foreshadowing. That's foreshadowing. So this would be Eddie Guerrero, dramatic acting. We'll do Vampiro just like off screen, I guess. Because, like, we know. We know. Great. We're really booking winners here. Oh, you know what? Dr. Death. Oh, I did move him to Saturday. Hell yeah. This is a job for Tracy Smothers. And then we will give Dr. Death a short promo after the match. I don't think he's really a Cook guy. You know, let's call this character development. Dr. Death, he's left Nitro behind. He's here on Saturday night, and he's gonna fucking rip through this roster, baby. I'm taking on all comers. I guess that could also be before the match. Like, hey, I'm here to wrestle anybody. Send me an opponent. They send him Tracy Smothers. He kills him. Yeah, I think that works even better. Shamrock and Severn still going to be going. If I remember correctly, they had a tech masterclass that the game was like, oh, it was really good, but there wasn't any psychology. Which, you know, it do be like that sometimes. Dan won. Dan's the heel. That makes sense. I believe Dan cheated. Because, you know, it was a tech match. That's one of my favorite bits. I do that in every fucking save we do. Like, oh, he's supposed to be a technical wrestler, but he cheats. What an asshole. Let's cut that promo. Ken... what's his name? The manager. Nick Bockwinkel. I got it. Don't mind me. Dan Severn is a coward and a cheater. I mean, can't say any better than that. All right, Arn Anderson is going for the world title. Avalanche, Kurt Hennig are going to start a thing. Tenryu, we have to start him and Martel. Tenryu's busy tonight. Savage is leaving. Savage is leaving. I mean, if we're going to be building up Arn for the next title shot, he should probably just win a match. Though I'm sure he has plenty of momentum. Yeah, he has white hot momentum. Ooh, he is popular. He probably could beat Randy, but Randy would be mad about that. He's already annoyed. Actually, Arn is more over than he is. Let's just try fucking Arn beats Randy Savage. Because Randy's leaving. 12 minutes. Open. Your winner, Arn Anderson. Road agent. Okay. Magnum. Ooh, Magnum. You probably should be a road agent. Mike Graham. Sure. Oh, yeah, he's cool losing to Arn. Okay, great. When are we running Battle Cat versus Austin? Brother, Battle Cat. Battle Cat could not win the TV title at the last pay-per-view. Not looking good for the Battle Cat. Oh, Battle Cat took a stunt bump after his match, right? That actually reminded me. Yes, he destroyed them and he took a stunt bump. That means, of course, that the Boogie Woogie Man Jimmy Valiant has to cut a promo. Talking about Cactus. Talking about Battle Cat. I imagine he's just going to come out and be like, you know, Cactus Jack, you tried to kill Battle Cat, but the Battle Cat, he's got 9 lives, baby. You can't keep the Battle Cat down. When he goes back, Cactus Jack, that U.S. title. Count your days. Battle Cat's going to be the next champion. You know, Eric Bischoff isn't going to do anything, but this seems like one of those segments where we'd have someone in the ring being like, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jimmy Valiant. And then Eric would try to interview him, but Eric's not doing much. Jimmy Valiant's just doing Jimmy Valiant stuff. Does Terry Funk not have a thing for the pay-per-view? No, Terry Funk doesn't have a thing for the pay-per-view. Terry Funk should start a feud against somebody. Terry, you are currently a face. Do we have any heels? There's the Gilberts. Nigger Casas. I guess I have him set as no brand right now. Richard Slinger? Is that too far of a gap? Oh, Richard Slinger's already wrestling tonight. Alright. Next week. Chat remind me to start a Terry Funk Richard Slinger thing next week. For now, I guess Terry will just beat George South. Alright. Oh, I didn't do a storytelling match. Well, I don't want it to be the main, and being the squash matches seems weird. So I guess Eddie and Richard Slinger goes tell a story. Oh, sorry, Mr. N. Thank you for eating the power outages for me. What about the Akiyama Gilbert feud? I mean, what about it? you want that to continue? I mean, we had Paraguayo show up. They won. What more is there to it? I think the Steiners should probably cut a promo. I know Avalanche and Kurt and all those guys were also not on the show. And really, we do have as much as 10 minutes. We could get them on the show as well. But I'm definitely going to give the Steiners a promo. Just a good old "We the Best" promo. Just to push June. I mean, well, he is up like 10 points. All right, listen. 3 minutes. Backstage. June getting attacked by the Gilberts. And you know, Paraguayo not here tonight, so I would imagine, you know, they're stomping him, and you can hear Eddie going like, "Where's your buddy now? Where's Paraguayo now? Not so tough, are you?" You know, that kind of stuff. Okay. Somehow that made the show, but we didn't get like Avalanche, Kurt Hennig, Steve Austin, Vampiro. I guess Vampiro was talked about. No. They're being very nice. I mean, they're not being nice. They're being mean guys, but they're not crossing any lines. They're being very normal. There's nothing has to be bleeped out in post. Everything's fine. I think we're going to open with a match again. Let's open with a TV title match, and then let's put a casket out there. And then a Steiner's promo. And then Terry Funk versus George South. Jimmy Valiant promo near the end of the show. Or a Shamrock promo. I don't love either of those options. I guess we'll go Boogie Woogie Man. Well, this is starting the Steamboat Ric Flair thing, so I don't think it'll be penalized. There is a chance that Ricky Steamboat and Tenryu have like a 97 rated match or something crazy like that. So I'm gonna go with 92 on this show. I think it'll do well. Eddie and Slinger had a 76, a nice TV match. And then, oh my God, there's a casket. Who put that there? 92? Hell yeah. At some point, we probably got to just try Scotty by himself, because he'll probably get 100. I don't know if Rick and Magnum are helping much these days, although we put Magnum with them to help, because they were not good at promos at first. A classic 70 rated squash match for the Funker. 60 for the Gilberts, beating up Jun Akiyama. Oh, Arn and Randy did not click. That sucks. Well, I'm glad this was just like a random mid-card match. Ken and Bockwinkel cut a fine enough promo on Dan Severn. Dr. Death showed up, said, I'm all Saturday night. Give me somebody to fight. And then he spine busted that. Wow, he got a 91? Okay. Okay, Dr. Death. 72 for the Jimmy Valiant promo. That's fine. 83? We had to get yelled at for the storyline. Lack of associated story. Did I not put Flair at ringside? I thought I did. So, like, does putting someone at ringside not count if the storyline hasn't started yet? Is that the problem? Because this should have done so much better. 95-89. It should have gotten, like, you know, a 93 at least. Flair Steamboat storyline has advanced. Okay, but it didn't say it started. It said it advanced. So it should have started. I don't know. I feel like we got fucked on that. 83 is bullshit. This bullshit! And that was with the wide selection of angles. Oh shit, this would have got like a 70 something. Okay, alright, not our best work. Maritimes, they liked it. As long as the Maritimes liked it, you know? Grand Hamada moved to Atlanta. Hell yeah. Norman Smiley moved to Atlanta. Where you been this whole time, Norman? Harley Race says push Ken Shamrock. I'm doing it. Magnum says push Junakiyama. I'm doing it. All right. Oh, you know what? You know what? It's end of March going into April here. WrestleMania might be this weekend. I can't wait to see what WWF is cooking up for WrestleMania 11. Oh, Kurt's back at 100%. See, that's why we didn't book him. We knew that. We knew he was hurt. We didn't. Yeah. That's why he wasn't on the show. Now, I think in true WCW fashion, instead of hiring me and doing all that stuff, we should put them in a committee with me. I think it's only fair. That's how you'll get the best, is if you put all our ideas together. Whoa, kayfabe game. I don't know no Chris Canyon anymore. I only know Mortis. My Spotify seems to be playing a random song instead of stuff from my actual playlist. I hate when it does that shit. I hate when it. I don't. I only want songs from this because I know they're fucking. I know they're royalty free. Who the fuck told you? Alright. Anyway. Oh, booking position available in Big Japan. Hell yeah, brother. Did they just... Yeah, they just opened. Hell yeah. Let's get in on the ground floor. We're number one. We're number one. We're number one. Yeah, we're beating their ass. Though now I'm curious, is WrestleMania this weekend? Yeah, it's tomorrow. Alright, let's see what WWF's cooking. Hold on. Ooh, they fell. That's what this means, right? It means that they dropped a size? Yeah, they're medium. Oh, man. They dropped to medium the day before WrestleMania. That's fucking rough, bro. All right, let's see who they cut. I assume that's going to start happening. It would be really funny if it was Warrior after they just signed him. Damn, they're like we're huge, and they're like we are crushing them. I mean, the thing is, they're not dying. They still have so much money. They had like $40 million. So they're not going to die. They're just, you know, they're doing a bad job. House show. And, you know, like the way that we have been doing things, buying all Japan and taking over Japan, buying Mexico and taking, like, we are really strategically running a circle around them. Like, they, you know, because everyone now thinks of, like, WWF as, like, this untouchable thing, but, you know, at this time, WCW would have been right there with them, and if WCW then went out and bought two of the other biggest companies in the world, yeah, WCW would be fucking crazy. All right, let's see what they cook up for WrestleMania. I think Ted DiBiase is their world champion. So I'm guessing he will lose in the main event. But I don't know who would they, like, just Shawn Michaels again? Ricky Steamboat wants more money. We're paying you per appearance? All right, first of all, I'm going to accept that. But then second, before we look at WrestleMania, Ricky Steamboat, what's your contract? Oh, exclusive handshake. Yeah, that's fine. All right, just making sure he wasn't just like about to leave. All right, here we go. WrestleMania 11, 84. Not bad, but not great. $1 Million Man simply retained the world title, so fuck me, I guess. Why is Ted their champion? Why? WWF saw us let him go because he was like old and broken down. And we're like, yep, that's our guy. Let's put the world title on him. Where is this show? West Virginia at Fairfield Stadium. That feels weird. Hulk Hogan defeated Big Boss Man. Bret Hart beat Jake the Snake. I mean, this does in fact feel like 1992 WWF has just never stopped. That is what this feels like. Except for DDP defeating Tatanka. That's weird. DDP is another one that we let walk, and WWF was like, hell yeah, that's our guy. Although I will say, it does seem like he's kind of working a little bit. Although he's not a good worker. But I guess he's got charisma, microphone. He's got good basics, which is what they care about. Sergeant Slaughter beat the Ultimate Warrior. Woof. Somehow they booked Warrior in a match where he was the better worker. That's crazy. Demolition beat the Legion of Doom in 1995. That feels so weird. Tama and Brian Knobbs defeated the Partisans of One Man Gang and Nikolai Volkov in a cage match. Okay. Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Coco and Walker beat Tony Atlas and the Powers of Pain. Walker. Chris Walker. Sure. That curtain jerked WrestleMania. And then we had Beverly Brothers singles matches in the dark on the pre-show. IRS beat Blake, and then Johnny Polo beat Bo. Oh, whoa, they're cooking. Oh, they cooking. IWF has declared bankruptcy. Burr, burr, burr. Burr, burr, burr. No Lex Luger. Damn, true. But hey, DDP and, oh, this fucked me up so bad. Because I was like, Repo Man is in Demolition? But no, that's Barry Darsow. He is in Demolition. That fucked me up for a second. I don't know why it's using that picture, but whatever. Alright, let's book a Nitro. March 6th, since we've been in New England. Let's go to the Great Lakes. So he's working the Repo Man gimmick, but he's in Demolition. That's fucked. I don't like that at all. That's evil. Anyway, we're going to Ohio. Listen, you motherfuckers. Keep giving me these character ideas. No gambles. No funny business, near certainties. Yes. Yes! Yes! Alright. 3, I mean, you can't complain about 3. That's crazy. How did Warrior and Slaughter in 95 get an 80? That's actually a good question because their match ratings were bad. It was like a 70-something and a 60. So, the fact that they pulled an 80 out of their ass is pretty impressive. Ace Steel is here. I don't want to bite anybody. Rey Mysterio has been getting rid because he started being influenced by Steven Regal, even taking on some of his mannerisms. Oh no. Rey, you're not British. You're not British, bruv. Regal doesn't say bruv. Training. Alright, let's book. Alright. Sting and Brian Pillman promo setting up Triple Crown match for Wrestle War. Promo setting up Triple Crown match at Wrestle War. I would also like to book. I would call this like a pre-tape. This is gonna be like a Kenta Kobashi. Oh God, can he act? Can him or Inoki act? I mean, maybe. Antonio can act a little bit. Yeah, fuck it. This is going to be like a training montage of Inoki, you know, doing some, I assumed, old school demonic kind of training with Kobashi and trying to toughen him up, yelling about how, like, this is the only way you're going to beat Misawa. Okay. I don't think Austin and Hanson have really done much wrestling yet. They've mostly just talked at each other. Let's see. Light heavyweight title. Can we sneak those guys in? Let me look at the storylines. What's the hottest? Jimbo and Gordy, that's very hot. Well, it's hotter than light heavyweight, but it's about the same. Tag titles, Triple Crown. Oh, who's the biggest man in WCW? But I mean, how many times can I put them against each other in tag matches? All right, let's do. I like the wonderfully bizarre team of Stan Hansen and Ultimo Dragon taking on Steve Austin and Negro Casas. I do like that. What a match. I would like Stan to beat Steve Austin, but Steve Austin is like so over at this point that I don't... He might say no. He did in fact say no. Damn, bro. He's got 90 pop. Stan's got 87 pop. Come on, Steve. All right, let me talk to him. Let me talk to you. Okay, great. Finally, I was able to talk some sense into somebody. Hey, I think we have like a million managers that... I really should have looked at this between the shows. But I think we have a million managers with no clients. Ventura's not managing anybody. And Ventura used to manage Sabu before, right? When it was like him and Dustin as heels. Back in the day. Yeah, I think that's the call. We gotta get Ventura back on TV, brother. Why is Sabu... Oh, because Sabu has a manager. That's why. So we have to go to Sabu. Take Dusty away. And replace him with Jesse the Body. Alright. Jesse Ventura out there to cut a promo for Sabu. And he's going to talk about how, like, you know, oh, Dustin Rhodes, you know, when I was his manager, he was the world's champion. But ever since he started working with his stupid, old, fat father, Dusty Rhodes, him and the rest of that group have turned into a bunch of losers. And I know that, and Sabu knows that. And that's why he rehired Jesse the Body. And now that he's back under my tutelage, we're gonna take Sabu to the top of WCW. Did we add Jesse back to commentary? I hope we didn't. I don't think we did. I think he's just kind of been chilling for a couple weeks. Michael Hayes has been doing color this whole time, huh? Good for him. He's really good at it. Maybe that's why Don Callis is annoyed. He's getting overshadowed by Michael Hayes. I mean, Jumbo and Gordy just keep... Oh. Okay, I know I said I couldn't just keep putting these guys in tag matches. But also, I mean, come on. Come on. Come on! When you can book this match, you simply have to do it. Who needs the juice? Bam Bam, good. Vader needs the juice. Would not have guessed that. Wild Brawl. You're winner of the match. Big Van Vader. You're a loser. Bam Bam Bigelow. I guess we could do we'll do botched interference this time. This time Mike Awesome whacks the wrong guy with the chair. Can't keep getting... Listen, I just... How do you not book Big Van Vader and Jumbo against Bam Bam and Terry Gordy? You have to. You have to. You have to book it. Masawa, Rick Rude, Dustin. I think we keep the Babyface Nightmares off the show this week. So we probably need to do something with the women and the tag teams. And then maybe some undercard guys. Do we do the TEW Classic? I think we do. Marty Jannetty and Owen Hart in a singles match. You already know. I'm going to give them the storytelling match this week. I would like Owen to win. And then we do Rick Rude, attacker. Marty, attacker. Owen, victim. Lord Steven making the save. Man, I wonder if next week we'll do a Regal and Rick Rude singles match. Oh, honestly, who knows? Because that'll be next stream. I might forget. Do we continue to simply have Cynthia Moreno win matches? I don't dislike it. I also wouldn't mind giving Kawada and Taue a match. Are either of them? No, you're unimportant. Damn, you have cooled momentum. Let's fix that. I have been farming these. I've been trying to use them for the luchadors, but let's, these guys need them too. That's a success. That brings them to warm. Let's give them another one to make them very warm. Success. Very warm. Hell yeah. Okay. So now him and Taue can simply win a tag match against literally anybody. And we shouldn't get yelled at about it. This would have been a job for the Headhunters. But I moved them to the Lucha brand, which might... We'll see if that works. Booker T and Johnny Smith is such a weird team. Okay, I want to try Sean Waltman and Rey Mysterio just to see if they have chemistry. We can have Waltman lose, that's fine. I'll make it open. I will give the win to Kawada. See how this goes. Because I really don't know. Yeah, kind of keeping all these guys off the show. Alright, what's going on with the women? She can close here. Bull is ducking. Cynthia Bull backstage brawl. Cynthia beat Toyota. Cynthia beat Lioness Asuka. He was in Dev for a while, and then we just brought him back up. What women do we have down here who are heels? We got Amy Lee. Amy Lee might be good. Heidi Lee Morgan's a heel. Of course, Lady Amazon. It's Lady Amazon getting in her matches 46s. Okay. What's Amy Lee getting in her matches? She's not getting booked? Alright, looks like Jacqueline is, although she's getting 56s, why aren't they booking her? Definitely seems like Jacqueline is the ace of the SMW women's division. Yeah, she's over in the Southeast. Nikki Honda. Oh. Oh, she good. What are you getting in matches? 56. Honestly, that's the same as Amy Lee. Let's give Amy Lee the match. Cynthia Moreno, Amy Lee. 8 minutes. Cynthia wins. Let's do Bull at ringside. And let's have Cynthia make belt motions at her after the match. We have like 6 more minutes if we want to squeeze anyone else on, but I think we're fine with this. I think this is fine. Alright, let's figure out some kind of order for this. Let's open with the Ventura promo. That's bold. Let's do the Jannetty match. Regal save. Cynthia Moreno match. Oh, maybe we should open with this Sting. Yeah, let's swap these. I trust Sting and Pillman more than Jesse on his own. I'm a little worried about this main event because it has Ultimo Negro Casas in it, but they cooked last week, so I don't know. Maybe they're just guys now. But I'm going to play this a little more conservative and say like an 88. 89. I'll say an 89. Okay, I was right to open with this. They cooked. We got a 100 for Pillman and Sting promo. 82 for Jannetty and Owen. Okay, we take. They had good chemistry. That's good. Damn, they had an 82 match and we lost heat. That sucks. And then we lost more heat with the post-match angle. A 66. Wow, Amy Lee, she's getting 50-somethings, and I guess she's not over wherever we are. Where are we again? We're in Ohio. Yeah, she probably only has any pop in the Southeast. But whatever. This was a win for Cynthia Moreno. That's fine. And then belt motions. We are losing heat with all these segments, so that sucks. A 78 for Taue and Kawada beating Waltman and Ray. Taue and Kawada have excellent chemistry. Yes. True and true. Yes, the bad boy Akira Taue. I do remember this now. Oh, please be good. Yes! The bad boy Akira Taue is very good. Everyone loves him. Oh, man. Kawada getting a 78 with like 40 pop is, yeah, he's pretty good. This is pretty good. 79. I will take that for this like video package of Inoki and Kobashi. I rated both of them on acting, so actually a 79 is great. I take back what I said. That's actually really good. A 90 for this wild brawl? Hell yeah. See, that's what I was saying. Sometimes when a match like this presents itself to you, you have to book it. I'd be crazy not to. $85. Okay. Jesse can still cook. Jesse, you know, he was off TV for a couple weeks post NWO breakup, but he's, you know, sharp as ever. Also, I just totally fell into him being Sabu's manager, making a lot of sense. That really worked out for me. 94. I gotta stop doubting Ultimo and Negro Casas. Although, I guess in particular, I gotta stop doubting Ultimo. Ultimo's just a guy now. But yeah, sick main event. We got a 94. Big win for Stan. 94. Nitro cooked. We made almost $1 million. Still only up in the Maritimes. And Jack Victory says, yeah. Yeah, I keep expecting Negro Casas to kind of bust out more than he is, but I don't know. I mean, maybe the game just thinks of him as like a tech guy with low star power. I don't really know. No, he's had 87 star quality, and he's having good matches. I don't know. Yeah, he's only gone up like 6 points and all this stuff. That's surprising. Because he's got the star quality to go up more. Create the... I thought they were a tag. I'm actually surprised about that. Are they already a tag? I suppose not. No, I guess not. Okay. Let's call them, like, individuals. Just TEW and Kawada for now. Maybe at some point they become, like, the bad boys or something like that. But I don't know, it seems cheesy. Why is... I haven't touched this in forever, have I? You guys should be, inactive. You guys should be inactive. Italians, sure. Hollywood Blondes, you guys should be inactive. Headhunters, Gilbert Brothers, Fantastics, The Coven. I added this off stream. Italian Colonna, Steamboat and Rhodes. They broke up in 1992. Oh my god. Ricky Morton and Tommy Rich, sure. Pinocho and Astro Ray, sure. Masawa and Kobashi, no. Miracle Violence Connection, Jumbo and Taue. That's not a team anymore. Doug and Dan, sure. Okay, why did Holy Demon Army not show up in the thing, though? I guess it wouldn't have been a thing in 92, I guess? Why? Okay. Okay, there we go. I was going insane for a second. All right. Bambi Bigelow says Bull Nakano is going to be a star. Okay. Steve Regal says Rey Mysterio Jr. has poor in-ring psychology, and we shouldn't keep him. All right. Delete. Ultimo Dragon says he likes Sean Waltman. Well, I didn't like him on what I saw on Nitro last night, but thanks for the email, I guess. Did I not make the fucking Miracle Violence connection? I swear I did this. Okay, great. All right. APW has made a contract offer to Jimmy Jett, one of our refs. Sure. Long awkward silence. I mean, what do you say? What is there to say? 97 fans in Alberta. Leatherface versus Mr. Hughes. Now that's a feud. Superstars dropped. Oh. What the fuck is CHCH TV? What is that, like a Canadian channel? It's a over-the-air channel in Canada. All right. Well, if they're dropping WWE, you know, maybe we could get that deal someday. All right. Let's book a Saturday night. Sure, let's go to New England. Even though it's our worst territory, we got to go there eventually. Last time we did the Mullins Center. Oh, these are all kind of too big, but whatever. We're going to go to the Boston Garden. Keep giving me these character ideas. Safe bet for Dustin Rhodes. I don't really need one for Dustin Rhodes, but thank you. Near certainty for Ron Simmons. Again, I don't really need one for those guys. Near certainty? Okay. And we got one. Neil Superior has showed up. I don't know who you are. Tyler Main. You know, it's funny. The more we do this and the more people show up, the more, like, I used to just be like, yeah, come on in. Now that every week multiple people show up, I'm just like, leave me alone. Stop bothering me. Go away. Richard Slinger has a character idea. I mean, if that's a good character idea, we should use it. It's probably not, but, you know. You don't know unless you try. Eddie Gilbert's being influenced by Ricky Steamboat. That's probably good. Eddie Gilbert has the irrepressible personality. I don't know what that means. Let's do an open forum. We did one on Nitro. Oh, not that many people annoyed on this brand. That's good. All right. Let's do... Well, first of all, let's see if that Richard Slinger character idea is good. Oh, he has very hot momentum. He doesn't really need it. It's a bit of a gamble. Alright, let's I want to start a little storyline with him and Funk. Let's give them a 10-minute storytelling match. I'm going to have Terry Funk win by disqualification when Richard Slinger takes some kind of cheap shot. And then after the match, I want Richard Slinger to put the boots to Terry Funk. But more so than that, I guess I really want him to really just cut a promo here. Basically talking about how, like, Terry Funk, you're a garbage wrestler. You're beneath me. You're an old man who can't hack it anymore and has to use all these weapons. I'm in the prime of my career. I'm one of the best wrestlers in the world. I don't know anything about Richard Slinger, so I'm just giving him a character. If you're a Richard Slinger head and you're like, this isn't like him at all, listen, I'm trying. I don't know anything about the guy. I'm sure there's many Richard Slinger heads out there. Richard Slinger is being slightly overused. True. True and true. I mean, if Tenryu and Rick Martel are going to go for those tag titles, they should probably start winning tag matches. Let's start off easy. And by starting off easy, I mean the Italians. Really starting from the bottom here. Let's do another angle. Flair talking to Steamboat. Basically, Steamboat's gonna, he's gonna, did you think about what I said to you last week? What do you think? I think you'd make a great horseman. Me and you finally working together after all these years. I can get you back on track. And then Steamboat's essentially gonna be like, thanks, but no thanks. I really don't think I'm a good fit. I'm a family man. Your style and your profile. This will never work. And then Rick's gonna be like, listen, I thought you'd say that. Come out tonight with the Horsemen. Let me change your mind. One night out with the boys. And Steamboat will reluctantly agree to this. Steamboat declines Flair's offer. Flair begs him to hang out with the Horsemen for one night. Video. Damn, I don't have enough to tell me dummy. There's offer. They go out on town. Video next week. Dummy. There we go. Next week we get a video package of Ric Flair and Steamboat out on the town, which I assume will include Ric Flair being a drunken idiot while Ricky Steamboat is just like uncomfortable. Ric Flair, it's like 2 a.m. and Flair's gonna be like, drunk off his ass going, Woo! All right, this bar's closing. Let's go to the next one. And the Steamboat's like, I want to go home. I was supposed to put my kid to bed like 5 hours ago. I need to go. One Night Out with the Boys is very 90s, 2000s sitcom coded. Yeah, well, it's 1995, brother. How are we starting Avalanche and Kurt Hennig? We need to think about this. We need to think about this. Battle Cat. Battle. All right. We're doing Steve Williams and Cactus at the pay-per-view, but that's still 2 months away. I think we could do Battle and Cat and Cactus blow-off match on TV. So let's have Battle Cat come back. Avalanche is the heel. Avalanche is the heel. Kurt is the face. Let's have Cactus Jack beat... Oh, I don't know. Fucking Razor Ramon. Fucking Razor Ramon, you piece of shit. Sorry, that's mean. But it's never happening, man. He doesn't even have good brawling. Cactus is just gonna beat him. Yeah, non-title match. Razor Ramon not getting a shot at this shit. Have Sherry go goo-goo for Mr. Perfect. Avalanche gets jealous. That's not a bad idea. Or have Perfect, like, hit on her or something, and then Avalanche, like, what the fuck? Although, I guess if he's the babyface, he probably shouldn't hit on another man's girlfriend. It would probably make more sense for Sherry to, like, hit on him. And then Avalanche get mad, and Kurt's be like, hey, whoa, I didn't do nothing. Kurt Innocente. Anyway, Battle Cat's back. Surprise, Battle Cat's back. Battle Cat returns. Gets into big fight with Cactus. I have not booked a main event for the show. I should probably look at that at some point. Right, you got Avalanche, you got Kurt, we have the Steiners, we have Steve Austin, we have Eddie, we have Randy, we have Vampiro. We could, I guess, have Avalanche and Kurt kind of start their feud in a tag match, but that seems stupid. So we have the Steiners, we have Steve Austin. We have Eddie. I mean, Eddie Vampiro is probably the hottest storyline of all those things. So it's probably something with them. I'm assuming that's a hot storyline. I actually don't know. 82. Yeah, that should be hot enough for a TV main event. Hey, you know what's a great way to make a match really good? Just, like, put the Steiner brothers in it. Eddie Guerrero and his good friends, the Steiner brothers, taking on Vampiro and Mortis and Randy Savage in his last match before he goes to Super Viernes, question mark. I mean, that is certainly a... I mean, Mortis in the main event makes you real nervous, but... I mean, Mortis has to be in the match. That's Vampiro's only ally. That's a lot of Mortis. That's a lot of Mortis. You know what? I don't even know if we can do this. I want this to go to a draw when some, like, spooky dumb shit happens. Um, draw. Do we have? Well, we can't use a one for a person. We would have to just use a generic creative finish, but we probably have. Oh no, we only have like likelies. I don't want to use a likely. That's too scary. All right, we're just gonna put this in as a draw, but just know that it's like some lights out spooky shit. Like, let's do lights out. Coffin at ringside again, and Eddie has like a freak out and like leaves. And this is one of those classic like the match just kind of stops finishes. Everyone loves those. Oh, they're fine with a draw. I'm actually surprised about that. Let's finish off with a spooky angle of like Vampiro maniacally laughing while Eddie is upset. Maybe we could do like casket in the aisle, open the casket, there's Eddie Guerrero inside, and then we're like, how the fuck is there an Eddie Guerrero inside? Like, we could do that old chestnut, which will especially be good because this is a tape show. So we can literally tape Eddie in the casket and just splice it in. Oh, we're cooking. Hey, yo, how was there an Eddie in the ring and also the casket? Chavo Jr. is an Eddie. Yeah, kind of, but I like my idea of this is a tape show and we can literally just tape Eddie being in the casket. This is what happens when I have 3 shows to book a week. There's just, I don't know, there's Eddie Guerrero's in the casket. That's who it is. I got too much stuff to book. Mortis is being used for, yeah, Mortis is being used. The only thing we could do is make this match shorter. Like, if we make this a 12-minute draw, is that... Yeah, I'll just make it shorter. That's fine. All right, Avalanche and Kurt Hennig. Let's start it. Backstage. I guess let's call this like foreshadowing. As we'll have Sherry do some dramatic fucking acting with Kurt Hennig. Just kind of hits on him. Avalanche won't even be here. He'll just be off screen, I suppose. This feels like 3 minutes. Sherry hits on Hennig backstage. Did we book? No, we didn't. Arn should probably keep winning matches. This looks like a job. I mean, last week we did Tracy Smothers getting squashed. This week, Steve Armstrong. Can't imagine I've ever done this, but I'm curious. No, because they were both heels for a long time. That makes sense. And then I want Arn to cut a promo after that match. Basically cutting a promo about how, you know, for years I've been in the Horsemen. For years I've been second fiddle to Ric Flair. I've been living in Ric Flair's shadow. But, you know, me and Kurt and the Steiners, we beat them at Spring Stampede. And it's time for me to have my moment in the sun. You know, Steve Austin, Stan Hansen, I don't care which one of you is the world champion next time someone from this brand gets a shot at the title. Arn Anderson will be the next WCW champion. For Arn to step out of Rick's shadow and win the WCW title. Cook, Arn, cook. Cook, Arn, cook. Alright, we got 3 more minutes. Oh, we have not heard from Dan Severn after Ken Shamrock called him a fucking cheater and a coward. Although 67%. Although 65 is, yeah, he can cut a 3-minute promo. It doesn't need to be fucking 6. 3's fine. Dan, as we all know, is being managed by Harley Race now. Basically, he's going to cut a promo like, you call it being a coward, I call it being smart. And he can doubt the training ability of Nick Bockwinkel. He can blame Nick Bockwinkel of overworking them. All right, how are we? This is a show, let me tell you. I have not booked a good thing to open the show with. we are going to open the show with Richard Slinger and Terry Funk. Actually, this is probably the best thing to open the show with, to be honest. And then... Yep, that's a show. I don't know. Last week I thought that this Saturday was going to be really good, and then the main event bombed. I don't think that's going to happen this week. I think this is a hot enough story, so I'll say a 90. Yeah, this was the right thing to put first. We got a 100 for Flair and Steamboat promo. That checks. You know, this might sound crazy, guys, but I think Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat are going to have a good match. I think Flair and Steamboat at Slamboree will be good. 70? Oh, they didn't click. Well, that was a fast feud. that didn't last long. Fuck. Maybe we can make it a tag feud? And a 38 for the Richard Slinger promo. Mamma mia, pizzeria. That is the worst thing we've booked in a long time. Alright, we got him back with Arn. Arn's, folks, don't worry about that. You're never going to see that again. Here's Arn Anderson. Steve Armstrong is looking very stale. Yeah. I bet. 100 promo. Yeah, Arn cooked. Arn fucking cooked. I think this would be a good promo. I think, you know. Sometimes with these promos, I'm just like, I don't know, say something. But I feel like him being like, it is time for me to step out from underneath Ric Flair. It's time for me to be my own man. I feel like the crowd would get behind that. 75 for Sherry hitting on Kurt. Good. 79 for Cactus and Razor. We'll take that. 82 for a Battle Cat and Cactus fight. Okay. This got a 70. Okay. I really just had to check that Martel and Tenryu was going to work as a tag team. If they had zero chemistry, this whole card would have been in chaos. AKA JPL would have been getting a tag title shot. 69. Yeah, there was a reason we gave these guys 3 minutes. They didn't need more than that. 81. We got fucked again on the storyline, didn't we? Oh, the Steiners thing that just started has, like, no heat. Sure. Actually, I don't know if we got fucked. This was just not a very good match. Did we get fucked on the storyline? Yeah, the Steiners thing has low heat, yeah. Mortis is awful. He's just not over or good. He's just not over or good at wrestling. It's fine. Neither was JPL, and that didn't stop us from pushing him. Then a 75 for Vampiro, maniacally laughing while Eddie is spooked. Somehow this got an 88. I'll allow it. This is a talking show. This is a talking brand. Oh, we didn't make much money here. I guess we drew about half the crowd we usually do, so I guess that checks out. I don't think adding Wrath to the Coven is gonna fix it, man. I think that's just gonna make the problem worse. Miwa Sato is judging me. All right. Normally I'd call it a stream here, but I've been teasing you guys about Super Viernes for weeks now. I feel like we gotta book one. Yeah, Super Viernes tomorrow. We gotta book it. Also, with 3 shows a week, these streams are probably just gonna have to be longer. Are the KNCMLL shows getting you pop? That's a great question. I have no idea. I don't think so. Add Slinger to the Coven. And then him and Mortis could wrestle Terry Funk and whoever Terry Funk's friend is. That could work. Granted, the storyline I started was Richard Slinger being like, I'm a real wrestler, unlike Terry Funk. So then him joining the Coven is crazy. But, I mean, we could do it. Maybe he could get gooped. Maybe Mortis can goop him, and that'll turn him evil or whatever. All right, folks, here we go. It's Super Viernes. Oh, Spanish and English. Thank God. Thank God. I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to do both. Is it like that in all of them? It is like that in all of them. Thank God. All right, it looks like Centro and Noreste are our best 2 right now. So let's go Centro. Let's bring this down a little bit. Let's see. We can go to Estadio Hermanos Cerdán, which is an outdoor stadium in Puebla. Alright, we can go to Acropolis Puebla, which is an arena. Sure, let's go here. Hey y'all, I still would like these character ideas. Thank you. Okay, y'all are just not... Alright, we got a safe bet for Jumbo. That doesn't really help me. We got a likely. Alright, those were not great. Locker room incidents. Octagoncito is here. He wants to hang out. Sure, man. Pantera del Ring just wants to hang out. Sure, man. Oh God. Sanguinario wants to hang out, and he's friends with Super Muneco. He's a sibling. Okay. Well, you gotta let him in. Randy Savage tells me that Sting and Ricky Steamboat are becoming closer. Thank you, Randy. Larry Zbyszko is passing on tips to his protege, Eddie Guerrero? Is everybody here? Did I not set this show to be just Super Viernes brand? I feel like everybody's here. Although, I don't know, these luchador guys, I'm very confused about all the things that are happening. Roddy Piper yelled at Bobby Heenan. Doug Furnace has a creative finish. Kenta Kobashi has a character idea. Like, why is Kenta Kobashi here? He shouldn't be. Lizmark being influenced by Ultimo Dragon. Sting says Kobashi has a bright future and wants to put him over. Damn, okay. Training. All right. I don't think this brand is set up right. Let me see here. No, I think this is set up to be... Yep, every brand is here. Okay. Chat, can I fix that from here? Like, if I go here... Then events TV... No, fuck. Okay, great. Alright, well... You know why it probably doesn't have that brand associated with it? Because we inherited that show from CMLL, and I didn't go in there and fix it. That's why. Alright, well, we're just going to have to do our best here. Yes, you can. How? Porque how? Alright. So, Randy Savage. Go to the door and then click the show name. I'm clicking everything up here. Nothing's happening. I think we would have had to do that from that first screen, like the pre-show stuff. I think that's where you have to do that. I don't think you could do that from here. Anyway, what was this? All right, Randy Savage. We're sending him to this brand, right? Although, granted, tonight I don't even really need to change his brand because brands aren't set up. But he's going to Super Viernes. And I'm gonna feud with Paraguayo. Those are our two top guys. Paraguayo has the CMLL light heavyweight title. Randy is more or less a light heavyweight. So let's add that storyline. Let's add Super Viernes, Savage, Aguayo. And Pero should be... he's well known. Okay. Alright, so let's give Pero a win here in their first main event of Super Viernes. Under WCW, Blue Panther is unimportant. God, I wish I had brands on. El Brazo. Kanek is recognizable, but he's also not a light heavyweight. El Dandy. That could be a good main event. Jerry Estrada. Yeah, let's go El Dandy. Click search and do... oh, yeah, that's good. That's a good point. I think this for the CMLL. World Light Heavyweight title. 16 minutes. Pero is winning. Open. And then after the match, surprise, Macho Man's here. Randy Savage is here, and he attacks Guayo. Okay. Great. I have looked at our roster a little bit, and our heavyweight champion is Super Astro, who is a babyface. And one of our only like heel heavyweights is El Canek, who's also over. So I think that's the storyline. And I think in true lucha fashion, let's do a trios match. All right. So Super Astro. Super Pinocho is in a team with Astro Ray Jr. Let's make that a team. Super Pinocho, Astro Ray Jr. Taking on El Canek. Oh, I guess I put Chris Candido on this brand. I forget if I did that off stream or on stream. No idea. I'm gonna say Viano 3 and Pirata Morgan. Uh, 14. You know what? I don't know what kind of match we need. Because we have a different product. This is a Lucha Resu product. I'm gonna have El Canek get a tainted victory over the champion. Everyone's being used too much. Oh, it says we just need storytelling? Did it not take our Lucha Resu product? I thought it did that one. Oh, because I don't have the brand associated to this show. So it's just giving me the default. Okay, that's fine. Who's gonna be cutting fucking promos? That's a great question. Great question, Swarls. Who can talk on this brand? Art Bar can talk. Atlantis can talk. Blue Demon can talk. Atlantis and Blue Demon are the tag team champions, so they could definitely cut a promo. That's just like, hey, we're the tag team champions. Chris Candido can maybe talk. Norman Smiley? Oh, charisma. Yeah, sure. Pero has charisma. Savage obviously can talk. Oh, Piper's here. Right, of course. Alright, let's have Piper do an open challenge and then have a match. Because that's another one where it's like, oh, what the fuck is Roddy Piper doing here? Roddy Piper Open Challenge. So Roddy is a babyface. So we're going to give him a heel. Damn, I kind of don't hate it being Chris Candido, even though that's an extremely like non-lucha match. Like I don't hate it being Chris Candido. Although I think I gave Chris Candido, I think I wanted, off camera, I changed his gimmick and his predisposition. He was going to be a face. I think I made his gimmick like, cocky gringo or something like that. So he really should be going against one of the luchadors. So I don't know. Let's give him Jerry Estrada. Piper needs, you know what? We should give Piper some of those creative ideas because his momentum is in the fucking toilet. So I'm going to give him a win here over Jerry Estrada. I think I'm also going to give these guys the storytelling match, since that's apparently what we're doing here. Yeah, he has cool momentum. Creative idea. Do we have one for Roddy? We do not. Okay. Near certainty. Success. Warm. Warm is fine. We don't need to get him to very warm. You know, I just thought about something for the 6-man tag. I don't... Oh, no. I think El Connect is recognizable. I think we'll be fine. Because I was going to say, I don't know if any of these guys are recognizable for our fans. For, like, our American... Yeah, El Connect. All right. El Connect's got our ass. Thank you, El Connect. At some point, we need to book... Like, we have trios titles and they're vacant. So we have to come up with champions for this at some point. But that's a very, like, not episode 1 thing. I am going to just let Blue Demon and Atlantis cut a promo. See how that goes. Just we're the tag champs. We are number 1. Alright, who all is left here? I do want American Love Machine to defend his title, although he's unimportant. Do we have anyone else recognizable? Oh, well, they're Savage, but that's about it. Alright, let's hit American Love Machine with some of these creative ideas. Success. Very warm. All right, so now we can book him without getting yelled at. I'm going to go to this storyline for the light heavyweight title. And I'm going to add him to it. You know what? Since the brand isn't set up, and all those guys are here, and Casas and Ultimo are obviously super over in Mexico, let's book them. Ultimo Dragon and American Love Machine, because they're both baby faces for whatever reason. We'll take on Negro Casas. And Blue Panther? That sounds fucking rad. I wonder if this should be the main event now that I'm really thinking about it. Because his pop in Mexico is going to be huge. As is Negro Casas's. Yeah, this should probably be the main event. And it's a hot storyline. Did you change? I did change the block taping. I understand that's a scary thing to think about. I did change that. I'm going to give this the main event. I'm going to give Negro Casas the win over American Love Machine. And I'm going to have it be partner miscommunication. From Ultimo. And then let's end this with 3 minutes of American Love Machine and Ultimo arguing. Okay. Oh, we need like 1 more minute? Perfect. Somebody should cut a promo. So let's go back to this. Let's go back to like who's good at talking. I mean, Candido might be good at talking, but he has no pop, especially in Mexico. So that'll do really bad. I like how one headhunter could be good at talking, and the other one is just horrendous. That's it. That's interesting. Norman, are you popping? Norman has some pop in Mexico. We should actually do stuff with Norman. I mean, not right now, not at this moment. Let's just have someone cut a promo before one of their matches. Let's open. Can Connect or Super Astro, like, are they either one of them good? Yeah, Connect can cut a promo. El Connect. You know, this could be a post-match promo. After their 6-man tag. 6 minutes, sure. Let's see what happens. Where Connect basically, you know, El Connect wants the wants the heavyweight title. I guess that's storyline development. The storyline will have started after the 6-man tag. All right, this is gonna be interesting. Let's open with the 6-man tag. El Connect promo right after that. Then let's take this promo and put this like up here. Okay. Book the other champs observing. Why? For what? I'm not trying to like cheat the score because I want to know what this show gets without it. I want to know what our baseline is. I don't know. I'm hoping to get in the 80s. We'll see. Let's book a dark match. Let's do like a 2v2 pre-show match. Let's put the search back for Super Viernes. see. We're really looking for like any. Let's try Super Crazy and Psychosis. See if they have any chemistry. And then heels. Let's try Chris Candido and Doug Furnace. Maybe Candido can step in while Crawford's out. Who has the most pop in Mexico? Probably Psychosis? Maybe Super Crazy? I mean, it's got to be more than these guys. These guys have nothing. Doug Furnace is the most popular wrestler in Mexico of these four. Huh. Alright, I'm still going to have Psychosis beat Chris Candido. But that's... Who knew? Alright, let's hope for an 80-something. Okay. This got a 60. That's fine. Candido got a 45. Although, Chris Candido has like 3 pop in Mexico. So 45 is actually pretty good. Oh, our commentator debuted his gimmick. Great. Yeah, he's changing from old school face, which he's bad at, to cocky gringo, which he's great at. Alright, good. Main card. 78 for the 6-man tag. I will take it. Let's see. Astro Ray Jr. 73. Super Pinocho 59. Super Astro 71. Pirata Morgan 65. Viano 363. El Connect 74. Okay. So El Connect and Super Astro are like the 2 main guys here. Although Astro Ray Jr. did pretty well too. So I'm glad Connect and Astro is going to be our world title feud. Debuting a lot of gimmicks here. So all these guys are technically debuting for WCW. 73 promo, that's fine. All these CMLL guys have to get pop. I think I'm going to change the logo for the show just back to the CMLL logo. It seems so weird to have the WCW where the big boys play logo. 65 Piper promo, okay. Was hoping this would have done better. But I guess he is in Mexico. A 76 for his match with Jerry Estrada. And Jerry Estrada was the guy, even though his Rudo gimmick is awful. That sucks. A 90 for this Atlantis and Blue Demon Jr. promo. Okay, now we're talking. $93 for Perro Aguayo and El Dandy. Perhaps this should have been the main event. Perhaps I made a mistake, chat. Perhaps I doubted Perro Aguayo. I did the cocky American thing of like, oh, we're bringing our guys to the show. They're the main event. And then Randy Savage showed up and the crowd did not care as much about that. Fuck, you're right. I doubted El Dandy. That's the one thing we know not to do. We know not to doubt El Dandy, and I doubted him. Okay, I mean, 82 is good. No, just an 82. That's just what it got. Although I will say, that match between Aguayo and El Dandy would have got penalized in the main event because there was no story to it at all. It was just a cold match. So I do think, but it probably still would have been an 82. But yeah, because we're still using the WCW product here. A 75, finish the show. 83. I mean, that's good. I just wanted to show in the 80s. Okay. Oh, American Love Machine was used too much too. Okay. Okay, so like we still didn't go up in Mexico, and I feel like we should have gone up. Like Televisa is huge in Mexico. I don't understand now. Yeah, it totally skipped Pop Recap. Oh, are we still blocked? Please tell me we're still not blocked. Please. Okay, okay. We're going to the next day, right? I don't know why it just went by Pop Recap like that. Okay, no, we're good. Oh, we production quality. We have to up our production quality for Televisa? God damn, what are your fucking... All right. Must be minimal music levels must be major licensed. Okay, we can do that. I can't remember the last time we got yelled at for production. I don't think it's ever happened in this series. All right, great. Could be that you went up too much recently, so you're in a waiting period. I don't know. Hey, let's remember to put the brand on the brand or whatever. Modify this TV show. Brand. Super Viernes. Logo. Let's change this back to fucking CMLL. Yeah, the Super Viernes logo is just a CMLL logo. And you know what? That's fine. Is there just like generic lucha? No. There's lucha. We did this last time because I saw the Lucha Underground and then everyone was like Swarly Lucha Underground. Yeah, let's just. I mean, we're on Televisa. Yeah, I don't know. Let's do the CMLL. That's fine. All right, that should be good for next week. Now it should also then take our product, which would be Lucha Resu, which I don't super know. I didn't really look into the product much before I picked it. I just kind of picked it, so we'll see how that goes. Why is Don Callis so fucking mad? What's your problem, bro? He disliked 2 media scrum responses, and he was mad he was left off Starcade. I guess I didn't have him on commentary for the events, huh? Alright. Well, that's okay. I guess I could see being mad being left off Starcade. I mean, that said, we kind of don't need him since he's just kind of the third wheel commentator. But I'll still give him... I'll throw some money at him. Money's fake. Yeah, annoyed. Annoyed is fine. I don't even remember what our commentary teams are. Yeah, I mean, he's not... You're not better than those 3 guys, Don. There's no one I'm taking off for that team for Starcade. I have Bobby doing both. Didn't it say Michael Hayes was doing commentary on Nitro when we checked that? Ah, yes, because I didn't... Okay, I didn't... I mean, he's doing a good job. This team has excellent chemistry thanks to these two. No thanks. Also, I was correct that the language stuff for commentators doesn't seem to matter at all, which is weird. It should. All right, that's going to do it. We finally booked a Super Viernes. It was kind of weird, but also not that weird. Um, it was kind of just a show. So we'll be back next week. We'll see how this 3 shows a week thing does. We're still 22 days away from Wrestle War. It didn't just randomly spring a Clash of the Champions on us, which I thought it might when the month flipped over and we would have had to like really rush a Super Viernes show together, but that didn't happen. So I think we're okay. Yes, Thursday. More AEW. Nick's got the P1. Let's see. I just did Northern Europe, so now I think I'm going to I think I got that big show in Germany. I think that's my big show on my world tour. Uh, well, Super Viernes have pay-per-views. The plan is to just have them do the Clash shows. Because the last time we had a Clash of Champions, I just canceled it because they wanted me to do one 2 days before a pay-per-view, and I was like, I can't be bothered. So that's the plan with that. Oh, P1 Climax Final. Boy, you're wrapping that. Okay, I didn't know we were wrapping that up so fast. You're really blowing through that thing. And I've got stuff. I got a tournament now too. I got a TBS title #1 contenders tournament. Now that's Sari broke her freaking neck, so we'll come up with a new contender for that belt. Tune in for that. And yeah, that's it. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks, appreciate it. Like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, come hang out Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8 o'clock Eastern, twitch.tv/Warles. And that's it. Night, y'all.